Katie Dempsey, the lead researcher, Trisha Rose, the entertainment developer, and Lucy Day, the education developer. CSSp16 software was created in 2016 when a group of Blue Ridge Virtual Grammar School students came together with a common goal. We all wanted to make apps with the new skills we had learned and make them entertaining and educational for the public. We shared the same ambitions of making successful apps and succeeding at whatever we put our minds to. So when we were deciding what to put in our app, we had a lot of different ideas about nutrition and how to educate people. But we decided to gear our app towards kids because they need to learn healthy eating habits when they're young instead of trying to learn when they're older. So with that in mind, we have our problem statement of kids all over struggle every day making healthy choices for lunch because of not knowing basic nutrition and feeling that healthy eating is a chore.
To help solve this problem, we created the app, What's for Lunch? And basically, this is to educate kids and influence them to make those healthy choices at lunch when their parents aren't around to help make those choices for them. So we start with kids ages 5 to 12, but I mean, anyone can play it. And because, well, we want kids to learn from an early stage that you need to make these healthy choices on your own. And we're going to do that by, we have nutrition facts attached to all the items, and we also have a food pyramid on our Learn page with information on how much of each group to have each day and which ones are best. And the other components of our app are the game, which is where you can construct your lunch, and you have a wide variety of options to put on your tray. You'll learn about that when they get the app demonstration, education screen, or nutrition facts, and a high score to influence them to get healthier foods, to get that higher score.
We had to find nutritional facts to put for the food choices that we will see when you play the game. Just gotta click on the facts and come up with the calories and sodium and stuff. For the Learn screen, we had to find pyramids suitable for children to read and their serving sizes that they should be familiar with. The general research, we had to find why kids aren't eating healthier food. And it's normally because of their parents making choices for them. So when they're at school, like Rose said, no one's really watching them. Our focus group, I went to Locust Grove Elementary and I tested the app out on a class of 22 third graders, but the app didn't work at the time, so I just asked them questions. Like if they had any prior knowledge to nutrition, which they said they knew very minimal things, like there may be 4 or 5 sections of the food pyramid they don't know. And meat gives you protein. Popular apps that they like to play were Minecraft and Cool Math. So they weren't really learning. I showed them the app and they said that the only thing they want to change is how to play it because it's boring. They thought if it looked like Candy Crush or Temple Run, they might like it. But I asked them if they would download the app and they said yeah. So 8-year-olds aren't reliable, I guess. But they thought that they could learn from this app. They said it was very helpful and maybe even adults could learn from it too.
All right, Lucy and I are now going to show you the demonstration.
So when you first come into the app, this is the screen that you're prompted with. It's just the loading screen. And then this is the main screen of our app. It's designed to appear like a food pyramid, but each of the colors represents a different button. There's the game button down here that takes you to the game screen so that you can play the game. There's the how to play button, which gives you instructions and tells you how to get the best score. There's a back button to take you back to the main screen. There's a research button. It cites for all of Katie's research and shows where she found it. The About Us screen just tells you our roles and when our group was created. And the Learn screen in our app gives you the food pyramid for children, and it's an accredited food pyramid, so children know that they're getting the right information. And it also says at the bottom the same amounts of every area on the food pyramid that children eat every day.
All right, so the gaming portion of the app was my specific area of expertise, and it's basically set up to be a mock lunch line that children will go through at school to pick out their lunch. And there's 8 selections, and you can click on each food to add it to your tray. So for a familiar choice, we'll go with the cookies, the chips, and the pizza. And then if you'd like to know more about each choice, you can press the number key associated with each number. So instead for milk, we want to see what it is, so we'll hit 8. And then we'll have the nutrition facts here that Lucy listed. She can tell you a little bit more about those.
So like Fisher said, when you press the numbers to take you to a food screen, I'll go with milk since that's what you went with. It's basically a replica of a food label, and it gives you all of the information about the food, but it also gives the food a rating, and that rating is what contributes to your score when you go back. So that helps children know which foods to choose. So it just kind of gives them a rating 0 to 100 of how good the food is to add to their lunch.
All right, and then back in the game, every time you click on a food, there's a label, as you can see up in the corner here. It says items. You're only supposed to choose 3 items, and it will only let you choose 3. So say, for instance, you want to try to sneak by and choose another item, and you want to choose a banana. That will end the game, and then you can go back and play again to reset your score. So pizza, cookies, and chips have negative ratings because they're not healthy. But then if you wanted a healthy meal, you go with chicken, vegetables, and milk. You could submit your choices, and you would get 125, which is the maximum score at the moment. Then that's pretty much it for the game.
So that's basically just how our app works. And our goal is to create an interactive app for children to help them learn better nutritional habits. And we managed to make all of the elements within our app work. However, if we were to continue trying to further develop our app, we would like to add sound elements to the app somehow, and we'd like to include more food items that children might encounter in the lunchroom. We'd also like to add interactive visual elements as well, and make that easier for people on a smartphone to use, because it's difficult without a keyboard to choose the foods and learn about them. But our overall goal for the app wouldn't change, because we would continue to try to help children learn better nutritional habits that would carry on into